good.
Hi, this is Jeannie with Creative Ectothermic Solutions. Today we are going to rehouse and talk about Suntigers. They're Venezuelan Suntigers. They're an arboreal species from Venezuela. Their scientific name is P. erminia. Venezuelan Suntigers are actually in Venezuela, Guyana, and Brazil. They are a beautiful dark black spider with orange markings. I think they look like stained glass. They're very, very pretty. So I have a Suntiger right here who is the young lady we're going to rehouse. As you can see, she is a beautiful dark black with stained glass markings. Some people call them tiger stripes, obviously, because they're called Suntigers. Some people call them chevrons, but I think they literally look like stained glass. Now I have another female P. erminia right here, and the interesting thing about her is she is close to a molt, so you can see that she's actually brown. She's a faded brown, but that's only because she's going to molt soon, and then she'll be jet black too. And I also have a few males. Males are really, really fun because they're super fluffy. They kind of lose all their color. They turn into like gray spiders. You can see this young gentleman's legs. You see how fluffy he is? Both Suntigers and Trinidad chevrons, the males look almost identical. So if you have both, keep close track. Otherwise you might not be able to tell which one's which when they mature. But they're super fluffy. They're very handsome. He is not going to come out and let us look at him, but we'll see him in a minute, because he is going to be housed with the female after I set everything up. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to move the female Venezuelan Suntiger into this tank, which is arboreal. Arbor means tree, and so these are tree spiders. They live up. They live in a vertical world. They like to be in trees. They hide in cracks and crevices, and they're safe. So let's put some dirt in here. I use my own special mix, which is a combination of cocoa fiber and peat moss, and I also add springtails. Springtails are tiny little white mites, and they're not dangerous to your spider. They only eat dead things. So what springtails eat in a spider enclosure is they eat old dead cricket parts, and they eat spider poop, because everybody needs something that removes spider poop. This is my sphagnum moss. It keeps it more humid in here because these spiders come from a humid tropical environment, and so they need a higher humidity, and this just helps them maintain the humidity. I'm going to put this piece of bark in here so that they can climb on it, and they'll web it. They'll web everything. This whole enclosure will end up being webbed up. As you can see, it's relatively simple. I just add my substrate, which is peat moss and cocoa fiber. I add my sphagnum moss, and I add some bark. A lot of people like to use cork bark rounds. I really don't like to use rounds because the spiders will get in them and then you will never see them again. So let's get our young miss out of here. She is freshly molted. She is very beautiful. Suntigers, interestingly enough, as tree spiders, even though they're New World, they don't have irritating hairs, so they're a little more defensive, and they will give you a bite if you let them. So I'm just going to gently touch her feet, and she should walk right out. Come on, lady. Walk right out. Oh boy, isn't this fun? Hopefully
She's camera shy.
corral her.
Can we go up, please? That's a pretty girl.
We can corral her to go back down my arm and into her enclosure.
Come on, little one.
Whoops.
Nope.
Oops. Come on. Generally speaking, I would have had this done, but I was trying to make it more interesting for you, so I hope I've done that. As you can see, she is in her enclosure. She's feeling a little defensive now with her hunched back and her fangs are out. I'm going to offer her some crickets, and I think I need to put the lid on. Let's put the lid on quickly. There we go. She is now contained in her brand new enclosure. I'm going to drop some crickets in here for her. She can actually drink out of the sphagnum moss one fun fact about sphagnum moss is it makes drinking water safe. If you were out in the wild and you're very, very thirsty and you don't want to drink out of the terrible stream that probably has, you know, beaver poop or something worse in it, you can add, and there's sphagnum moss around, you can actually put the sphagnum moss in your water and then you can drink it, because sphagnum moss contains a little bit of iodine in it, which means that you can keep it nice and wet and it won't end up full of nasty bacteria. So we're going to take our young sir, our little boy, and we're going to, as you can see, he's pretty freshly molted. We're going to put him in here. He's already made his sperm web, so hopefully, with luck, he will breed with her before she eats him. The problem with arboreal spiders, as far as I can tell, is I personally have never seen an arboreal spider breed, and I've watched them. But I am going to back him right out. I'm going to back him onto his log. And hopefully, whoops, danger, danger, he says. There's a girl in there. But we're going to scooch him back in here. There's plenty of crickets down below. And we have this beautiful boy who, as you can see, he's gray with a little bit of orange. He's not real bright and colorful like she is. She knows she's beautiful, so, you know. That's how she is. So with any luck, these two will get together at some point before she eats him. And if he survives more than a couple of days, I will take him out, and I have more female Suntigers that he can visit with. But for now, he's going to be in here with her, and in due course, hopefully, in the next couple of months, she'll drop an egg sac, and he will become a dad, even though he will no longer be. He will have passed on his genetics, which is his job. Okay, so once again, we have set this enclosure up for these two Suntigers, or for this one Suntiger. He's just in there for a little while. We've added cocoa fiber and peat moss and sphagnum moss to keep it nice and humid, because these guys come from a tropical environment. They are very, very fast. They're very pretty. Suntigers have absolutely spectacular markings.
Neither of them actually ran when they were on her.
Yes.
They were actually being fairly well behaved for Suntigers.
And nobody even threatened to bite me, which is always a good thing. And they're hopefully going to eat some crickets. They're going to chill out. I actually fed them up pretty good yesterday because I knew I was going to put them in together today. And they'll just web everything up. If you look at this little enclosure, this is the type of webbing Suntigers do. So thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed doing it. You know, having Suntigers run up and down my back is always a good day for me. So you have a wonderful day. Oh, and if you like this video, you should subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can also look us up on Facebook. It's CEctoS, which is Creative Ectothermic Solution, or you could go to one of my two websites. One of my websites is CEctoS, CEctoS.com. The other one is bugblog.org. On Bugblog, you can find some care sheets, and you can find my critters for sale, as you can on CEctoS. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.